What is going on, my beautiful friends? Your boy Seth here with another Steam Next Fest demo for a game confirmed to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. This time we're looking at Batora Lost Haven, which I only just learned existed, but sounds kind of cool. And one thing that was kind of nice is that the way I learned about this game was that Nintendo's official Indie World account tweeted about it. So it's got some official Nintendo backing. Otherwise, I have no idea what's in store here. Again, I should always say this is just a demo. This is a work in progress. This is not completely indicative of the final product, so keep that in mind. Yeah, let's just kind of jump right in. I'm going in blind. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, okay. The game is still in development, so you may happen to come across some bugs or unpolished parts. Make sure your graphic card drivers are updated before you start playing. They are. Enjoy fighting side by side with Avril and her cosmic adventure to save the Earth. Avril. Maybe the second person in human history with the name Avril, second only to Avril Lavigne. Why you have to go and make things so complicated? Whoa. Hello. It's one heck of a loading screen. See what's going on. I'm looking forward to it.
So, my dear Avril, where
Avril.
do I start?
Avril Lavigne.
After a mysterious catastrophe, half of the Earth was destroyed. All of your family died that day.
Holy crap.
While scavenging, you and your best friend Mila found two mysterious entities called Sun and Moon. For some reason, they elected you as the new Keeper of the Balance, giving you what was left of their powers. No, seriously, why did they choose you? It makes no sense. Oh, anyway, that's how your desperate mission to save Earth started. Now you are on Grisia, one of the 4 elemental worlds. Your goal is to absorb its core and defeat an ancient guardian. But sadly, during the landing, you and Mila were separated. While searching for her, you met 2 alien tribes who are in a
so I wonder if this
state
is
of war.
Is this like a catch-up sort of thing for the demo to get us up to the point where we're playing
what an
at here?
interesting story. Too bad it was about things that happened 3 hours ago.
Right.
And your pep talk was going way over my attention span.
Oh, whoa! How dare you! I'm Batora, the most...
Incredible, awesome, and powerful being in the universe. Yeah, I know.
Huh, what a silly and ungrateful brat! Maybe that's why I like you so much. Come back if you need help, and be careful. I'll always be here for you.
Actually see something real quick. There might be, well, no, never mind. I was thinking about, it seems really loud to me, so hopefully the game audio is not overwhelmingly loud.
Okay, time to find a way to reach the core and save Mila. Perhaps I could use some shopping first.
Oh, yeah. After all, I'm not hiding from giant spiders who want to eat me alive.
I like the character designs.
Come on, you've seen worse.
Like that time when we almost died and you destroyed my bike just because you wanted to chase a plastic bag?
Sweet, sweet memories. Let's get back to Gangan. I think the rune should be ready now.
Okay. Highlight the best path to your current objective. Okay. Are these friend or foe? They seem to be friend.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Bunas can be strong and stubborn as the stone they come from. What did he say? But we Sakura belong to the stream. Okay.
Hi again, guys. Is my new shining rune ready?
Yes, I truly hope that this will be enough.
A sunlight
Be
encouragement.
sure to show those destroyers the power of my latest masterpiece, and come back to me if you need more runes.
Nice. I love it. So, what do we do now? We lure him outside of his dark chamber?
No, you need to meet with Carador first. He was our previous guardian, and his spirit is still being revered by everyone around here. Even in death, he is extremely powerful. And through his grace, you might find the power we are looking for.
Carador. We haven't heard that name in a while.
No, it's too soon. She's not ready.
I don't understand. Why would he help me?
That's something you will have to find for yourself. But it will be worth your time, I assure you. He's a very
Sounds like
ancient
the voice
spirit, and
actors
he led our
for
people
the-
for a very long time. Please, be nice to him.
For like Rex and Mass
If
Effect.
everything goes as we hope, we'll finally be able to do what must be done.
They're being pretty vague about this guy.
I know, but this is our best shot for now. And honestly, I want to test my new rune on the battlefield.
The bridge has been fixed, so you should be ready to reach his cradle easily now. Good luck.
Equip rooms in the character menu. Spending the right rune points. Okay. All right. I think I've equipped that rune. So I don't think I expected it to be like top-down Diablo style like this. Welcome to Grija's Market. Here you can trade useful resources and runes with vendors. Look for the trader icon on the minimap to start trading. I don't know if I want to get super into all that. Kind of just want to see what the combat and the moment-to-moment gameplay and stuff is here. Get a sense for that. Yeah, for some reason I expected this to be kind of like a third-person combat platformer sort of thing. I wasn't really expecting it to be like an isometric Diablo style thing. It's cool. I like the art. I like the character designs. Okay. It's always impressive to me with indie games where they're like when they're fully voice acted. All right. Okay. Press X to attack. Press again with the right timing to execute a quick combo. Move right stick to attack in the corresponding direction. Keep the joypad right stick bent for a slower but continuous combo. Okay, so hang on. Skills and attacks vary according to your current nature. Match the color of your opponent with your attacks to maximize damage. Ah. So there's sort of like a sun and moon. So this is going to be kind of like a... This is going to be like an action game, but kind of like a also like a twin stick shooter. Kind of an Ikaruga sort of thing. Shifting polarities for more damage. Okay. Mental health can be damaged by mental attacks, while physical health can be damaged by physical attacks. Interesting. Okay, I should be breaking these things. Well, I mean, that's a pretty interesting core concept for the gameplay, right? Hold and release left trigger to unleash your powers. Okay. Heal your health points using sun and moon orbs. Collect orbs through defeating enemies or by destroying crystals. Yep. I was gathering that. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't know if that's just like an interactable element of the world. Okay.
This must be the cradle that Kahilus was talking about.
Let's search for clues around here. Whoa! This rose is... alive? It feels so strange. And yet so natural.
That's the beauty of a burning wish. It can manifest something that it shouldn't be even possible.
This voice... Are you Corridor?
Yes, I was the guardian of this planet many years ago. This is the last remnant of my soul, where I dream about the glassy sky of eternity.
So, you're able to speak, even if you're dead?
I dream, so I'm eternal. Just like my desire to discover what's beyond this beautiful jewel we call home. I already know what you're here for. And I've already met another one.
I have no idea what's going on, you guys.
He was chosen, just like you.
Always weird when a demo kind of just drops you
human.
in.
Yes, child of man. But my memories are now scattered around, and I don't recall who he really was. Find them, and in exchange, I'll help you to restore Ouija and save your friend.
Collecting memories? How?
Look for dream fragments. They are scattered around my cradle.
Great! So they can't be very far.
Beware, though. During these endless years of sleeping, I also had dark dreams. And they took a physical form.
Okay. Explore the area and collect every fragment. So, I mean, I think people who like Diablo, will feel somewhat at home with this. I don't know about... I don't know if there's a way to, like... Is there a way to target monsters? Because one thing that I am having trouble with is, there's something that feels kind of slippery about the combat. Especially if you're trying to use the stick for it. Oh gosh. Sorry about that, my alarm just went off. Had a phone alarm set and I completely forgot about it. Especially if you're using the stick, it definitely feels a little bit slippery. Like sometimes the attacks don't connect the way you want them
A
to.
place that requires you to use your brain instead of punching people in the face.
Whoa!
It's like the
Okay.
worst possible thing that could happen.
Attack activators using the correct nature to turn them on. Yep. It's kind of cool. Nope. I'm having like real issues with the like depth perception, like the sort of like spatial movement. What is this? Just nothing? Okay, so there's some like light puzzle solvey stuff. Nothing too crazy. I've got no clue what that was.
No!
Ave, are you all right?
I just saw the day when everything collapsed.
That's because it's also part of my memory.
How?
I don't remember yet. The grim veil of doubt still roams around my essence.
A grim veil of doubt still roams around my essence. Is a, that is one heck of a line. Okay, so these enemies just respawn. Because why not? Yeah, there's like a weird auto-targeting thing, but it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's quite... One thing that is nice, so I mean a couple positives already though. I really like the visuals. I think the visuals are good. This guy looks like he's like both polarities weirdly. I keep hitting A wanting to dodge roll. It's B. So they're having some fun with like the polarities and stuff. I like the character designs. I think actually the movement is pretty good. Like, I have some issues like spatially. That's probably more of a me thing. But sometimes I have issues like spatially determining where I'm at. And so I'll fall off or something, but... But otherwise, like, I think Avril Lavigne here moves at a good speed. Gosh. Some of the aiming though, man, can be a little bit rough. I almost, like, weirdly, I almost think, and I'm sure what it was is it was like a technical limitation, but I almost wish the game was a third-person action-adventure game. Like, I almost feel like the game would play better that way, but again, I think it was more so a technical limitation. Because making a game isometric like this, you're going to be much more able to, you know, the Switch may not have been able to run the game at this fidelity if it was like a third person over the shoulder sort of thing.
Grija was nearly destroyed, just like Earth?
Wait, but the planet is completely intact. Is that some kind of omen?
No, it really happened. The previous Keeper of Balance did that, defying the will of the gods.
What? My predecessor did all of this?
His name was Soren, and he was our greatest failure. He was a human, and a chosen one, just like you. But instead of healing each core, he absorbed their powers, causing a mass wave of destruction throughout the universe, Earth included.
We tried to stop him, but he became nearly invincible. The only thing that we could do was to save what was left by sacrificing our bodies.
So Rose died because of him. Why did you let him do that if you were the Guardian?
He shared his dreams with me, and they were so pure.
This game is like so lore heavy. It's really hard to demo a game like this.
For the first time, I felt so little and powerless. I wanted to travel, but I was chained to the core. He promised that he would come back for me, to show me this beautiful little thing called Rose. And so I dreamt of Rose for all these years.
That's why your soul took the shape of it, even if you weren't able to see them.
You dreamt of a rose, but you killed another one. How funny. Let's find the last fragment. I need more answers about this traitor.
Ave, I know that's a lot to take, but please, don't let yourself be devoured by anger.
So, I mean, I was just saying that it's really hard to demo a really lore-heavy game like this without just letting you start from the beginning, which I don't think this demo does. So I think they had a really, like, Herculean feat in demoing this game and showing you a vertical slice of the game that, you know, would be indicative of the way, like, the final game would feel and stuff like that, but without giving too much story stuff away. It's, again, it's hard to demo a game like this. Yeah, I'm really not in love with the combat. And I don't know if there's something I'm missing, if there is a way to, like, lock on to creatures. But, like, the aiming just feels, like, just kind of off. The polarity mechanic is really interesting, though. Like, I do like that. When in mental nature, attack or interact with the sphere to control it. Press the interaction button again to interrupt. Try to position that sphere over the activator and see what happens. Okay. Oh, I can just stand on it too. Okay. So far, these have been my favorite. These little puzzle rooms. I kind of assumed that I was going to have to... I don't think I should have let go of that. Probably have to reset. Oh, you know what I could do? Whoa, hello. Nope, can't do that. Okay, cool. I was able to... Let me move... Yeah, let me just, like, reset all of that. Okay. I don't know what the point of doing that was. I don't know if you're just supposed to catch it like on the... Okay. I guess I was just trying to make it more complicated than it actually was. And it's gonna fall. Great. Yeah, the actual physics of the marble aren't great. It feels really like heavy, and making turns with it is really quite difficult, so... Whew, that was scary for a second. Okay, we're through that. Good grief.
Soren! I need to stop that bastard!
Yeah, but he's kind of invincible. How can we do that?
If we manage to absorb and heal each core, then you'll be strong enough to stop him. And after that, peace and order will reign again throughout the universe.
We
Typo
didn't talk
there.
about him before,
Typo there.
because you were not ready to bear the truth.
It doesn't matter. You gave me the power to save my planet and to avenge all the people that died because of his greed. And for this reason, I'll be your blade, now and forever. Please, grant me your strength, and I promise I won't let you down.
Adamantine will and unbreakable resolve. That's how a champion should behave.
Now I can finally remember everything. Come back to me, and I swear that I'll atone for what I did.
Okay. The respawning enemies is kind of annoying. Okay, let's head back to Carador. Okay, karma points, karma rune points, and unique runes.
I am back, Carador. And I demand an explanation for what you've done.
I dreamt about your homeland, and I looked upon the distant stars, wishing to see it one day. But my desire led to a disaster. And yet I regret nothing. This everlasting dream gave me more than I could even imagine. I died upon this mountain because I detached from the core just to watch the sky, wishing to reach something that was never meant to be. Soren merely showed me another way, and leaving the core was the right thing to do. And as you know, every dream requires some sort of sacrifice to be obtained.
He does not deserve to live anymore. His dream led to the pain that you feel today, sweet Avril. Destroy his rose
So,
and take
She
your
goes by
revenge.
Avril. He just said Avril.
I want to take my revenge, but I honestly think he's just a misguided guy.
Rose and everyone else died because of his egoism. But maybe Mila is right. He's just another victim of Soren's malice. What should I do?
I'll spare his life.
I forgive you. You're just another victim, just like us.
Pity is a wonderful thing, child. But are you sure that this is the right thing to do? He's a culprit as well. If he defended the core, maybe.
We cannot reforge the past. But maybe he will be able to atone by teaching Gregians about coexistence and tolerance. You dreamt about a distant world full of love and without borders. And you can still achieve that.
Love
here,
that.
on
Love
the
that
planet
for him.
you call home. Sometimes we need to bathe in shadow to remember the beauty of our inner light. That's what Rose always said. And I want to believe in redemption as well.
You finally understand why I did all of this, Chosen One. My dream may change, but my desire for peace will be the same forever. Here, take what's left of my wisdom. I hope that it will help you to heal the wound of our planets.
I received Dream
Thank
of
you.
Forgiveness rune.
Your dream of peace and unity will live on inside my heart. Let's go back to the village now.
I'm proud of you, Abe. You made the right choice.
A whole bunch of gold. What the heck? Okay. It's kind of, I appreciate a more unique, like, game over sequence, you know. I can appreciate that. I don't really know what just happened. I saw that I lost all of my, like, mental... Oh, we're gonna have to go through all of that again? That? Really? Okay, well maybe we can just skip the dialogue or something and... Whoa! Hello. Oh gosh. I'm falling back onto the map. Let me try to angle myself and fall in front of the enemies I was actually fighting. Oh, that was amazing. Work in progress, folks. Work in progress. Holy moly, that was great. How great was that? I don't even know exactly what happened there or what caused that. Okay, let's see if we can just, like, fly through all of this dialogue. Early build. Early build, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yep.
I wanted...
Rose, and what should I do?
Pity.
We cannot...
Spare his life.
Sometimes that's what...
Yep.
Here.
There, a little cutscene. Well, I don't regret dying there because at least we got that moment.
Thank you.
I'm proud.
Okay. We can equip this new rune, though. I don't even know what it does, really. Oh, I don't have enough rune points. Physical health 500. What does it do? How do I tell what this does? Select 2. Oh, okay. Combat roll cooldown. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's fine.
Sheila, why are you here?
Long time no see,
Whoa.
dirty little mouse. I brought a present for this cherished reunion.
What the... Keyleth?
Take Sheila somewhere safe. I beg you.
Okay, this is enough. It's time to smash your rotten face to smithereens.
Move a muscle, and I'll kill this filthy traitor. And they surely don't want to give a trauma like that to this little child. Am I right?
Leave Dad alone, you damn monster!
Did you really think that you could get away with that little plan of yours? Pathetic.
Just tell me what you want.
Absorb the power of an Alsoa stone. Bring it back to me, and I'll forgive this treacherous worm and his little daughter.
An Alsawa stone? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
It's the last source of energy. I need to defeat Imran and take his place. It belongs to the Destroyers, which hid it inside a spiritual realm. A realm that can be crossed only by them, or someone with...
No!
Fine.
You have...
Let's go, Avril of the Human.
You know that guys like him never...
I have...
This can't be real. Dad.
We'll find a way to save your dad. And I promise that Izanak will pay for what he did.
Yeah, that best.
Okay. I guess we're following her, getting some sort of item, and then bringing it to the guy.
Now keep your voice down and please be quiet.
What is this place?
We are going to sneak into Grangezal, the village of the Destroyers, and steal all their sacred energy. This is
If
the
nothing
only way
else,
to reach
there's
the
a
crystal
lot
and free my
of
dad.
like lore here.
Are you insane? I'm sorry, but I don't like it. It's too dangerous.
Now, the road is clear.
What the hell is wrong with you?
If nothing else, there's a lot of like lore and writing
You
and
are
dialogue
mad,
and.
Sheila, this is reckless and stupid.
Mad, reckless,
I like the creativity.
and stupid? Huh. Where have I heard that before?
Not now, Mila.
What in the world?
I can't see the stone from here. It must be in the cave.
Are you even listening? I don't think we will ever get out alive from there.
Oh yes! Cave really dangerous is!
See? I told you.
Ah! They found us!
Yes! Me found you! Me lucky!
What the? You?
Yes! Me! Me Padara! You help Padara! Me no great energy in you! Stone need healing! Follow Padara!
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but they had the chance to kill us. And they didn't take it.
Maybe reaching the stone will be easier than I thought.
I don't know. Something is definitely wrong here. Hey, wait!
Yumi, help us!
Yumi.
Energy of stone make us mind clear. Energy, but stone now.
Are you telling me that you act like a horde of gremlins only when you're starving?
Yes,
So...
yes.
Avril, you can't try.
Look,
Follow.
I'll
Alright.
wait for you out.
Okay, so Moonlight Embrace Rune. What's that? More mental health. That seems good. Down with that.
what the hell is this stuff?
Just stone. You.
This is... Think about...
Okay.
Oh no.
Where's
Let's say that I have problems. Oh,
Okay. So, and I'm sorry to skip dialogue, but I'm just like, you know, trying to keep it moving. I do like the voice acting. I'll say that. I think the voice acting is actually pretty good. Whoops. Just falling. Oh. Didn't realize that was about to happen. Oh gosh. At least they spawn you like really like right there. No, we want that. Jeez. Oh my gosh, the aiming is like pretty rough. Okay, for real this time. Gosh.
Yes!
Alright.
Really, how the hell can you
Quick, gather.
But if I do that, these fellows will die of hunger and...
Gather that energy.
Friend? Why don't happy?
This was their crystal to begin with, man. I feel like I could just fight the other guys. I'll protect
I'm
them.
so sorry, Sheila.
I feel like I can like go and fight the other
back.
dude.
I'm sorry, Sheila. But
No! My father helped you, and you betray him like this? I hate you, Avril. I hate you so much.
Friend, run!
Not now, Batora.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I feel like I can just take that guy. I can just fight him. Right? Okay, so we could buy some runes. I respect that. I respect that the game gives you, you know, choice, and it seems to, like, actually, you know, matter at least somewhat. Or, you know, change the pathway, change the way the characters feel about you a little bit. Because a lot of times games give you the illusion of choice, you know, and that always annoys me. And to be completely honest with you, I wonder if he would have just given the guy up quietly anyway. You know what I mean? Okay, we have to fight these guys. That's what I mean though. Like the aiming is so like wonky that I didn't even really feel like I had great control over where that spell just went. You know what I mean? Okay. We do have time. At least it's not a limited time sort of thing. I don't even really know. Is there like a map? Doesn't really seem to be like a overworld map or anything like that that I can pull up. It's all these enemies all of a sudden. Jeez. I also don't know what some of these other abilities are for. Oh, okay, it's just the dash ability. Okay. Which does have like a recharge. It's good to know. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. I wonder how far back it's gonna set me.
You're back.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Checkpoints ain't great. Especially when there's so many, like, forced combat encounters. Like, give me a checkpoint after each combat encounter or something, you know? I feel so inconsistent with the aiming. Like, actually hitting the enemies is so much harder than it needs to be. That's my big issue. Like, I like the idea of the shifting polarities and stuff, but it just... it could feel better. Like, the whole thing could feel better, could feel snappier. Just feels kind of slippery. That's really the best word I have for it. The highlights of this game is like the art and the lore and the voice acting and stuff. That's definitely the highlight. All right.
Dad!
I was getting impatient, human. You got what I wanted, right?
Let him go first. And then maybe I'll give you that stupid rock.
Give me what you didn't fetch it. I knew that. Forgive me, old.
Okay, so you actually did kill him.
No! Dad!
No, this kid.
You bastard!
He was weak, just like those.
I swear that I will erase every single inch of your existence from this galaxy.
You are free.
Sheila,
Go away! You are the reason why he died!
Ave.
That monster is beyond salvation. He needs...
Yes, but
You just did what you thought was right, Ave.
Your friend is right, my beloved one. For this reason, his very soul...
do you mean that I could be able to defeat him inside his own head?
Yes, his pride and his greed are so huge that they manifested inside us.
Wow.
His pride will contain his obsessions and will be full.
It makes no difference to...
Remember that you are the keeper of balance.
The only reason why he needs to pay is because...
That's harsh.
So, my dear Avril, what part of Ezonic you wish to strike?
Trial of might or trial of wisdom? It seems they're highlighting it like good and bad decisions sort of thing. I almost wish it would be like highlighted like the physical and mental sort of thing. Let's do trial of might.
Yeah, I didn't...
I know that you're furious, but
It's...
Alright. Ah yes, a trial of might. Full of the combat that, you know, I'm having issues with. Alright, we need to take care of the small guys first. Oof, didn't need to take that. That kind of worked out. Hey, health. I probably need that. Oh, okay.
You seem distracted, alien. Maybe that scream is still sounding in your ears.
My mind is more than enough to tear you into pieces, you bastard.
Whatever. Just kind of gather them up here in the middle. I feel like even... Oh, come on. How far back are we going? I feel like even just having, like, an aiming reticule, like... Even being able to just, like, kind of like Demon Hunter in Diablo. Oh, God. The checkpoints suck. The checkpoints suck. But even just having like an aiming reticule like the Demon Hunter and Diablo, I think would be huge for this game. Cause like, I'm missing so many shots because I don't know where they're going. And like, I want to give the demo a chance, but like every time I die, I lose like a ton of progress. It's like quite a bit. Took him out, but okay. And then that's a little janky, like how you can still take damage even though the spikes are like coming down. You know. And I'm not sitting here expecting like Blizzard level polish from, you know, an indie game, but I do feel like there are really small things that could be done to really improve like the combat in this game. Because I think this game is doing some really cool things with like the lore. I think the art's really good. I'm down for the sort of isometric perspective and everything. I really like the idea of the polarity shifting. just like I struggle with the combat. Particularly the shooting, like the melee combat feels slippery too, but the shooting feels really slippery. Well, we need to come back over here because I'm pretty sure this has some healing items. Also, I'm not sure if there's like... Are there like potions? Like, is there something I missed there, maybe? I get it, I know.
My mind is more than enough to tear you into pieces, you bastard.
Do I have enough rune points or whatever to equip any of these? Cool. Okay, this is where I died last time. The best way to go about it is actually to just stand still. Like, either stand still or stand just directly in front of the enemy. Whew. Alright. Got that done. Jeez. Now, I do think... Okay, he's got 2 different natures. Keep an eye on his health bar and choose wisely the correct nature to approach him during the fight. Okay.
Let's see if you die faster than Cahillus did. That seemed quite slow to me.
Speak while you can, Izanak, because these will be your last words. I will erase your soul.
I Will Erase Your Soul is a Death Cab for Cutie song. I keep hitting A, wanting to dodge with A. Alright. That wasn't too bad. That was actually kind of cool. That was kind of a cool boss fight.
No, I didn't. Cahillus is dead, and it's all my fault.
Why? Why did you help them instead of me? I hate you!
Sheila, please.
I killed your father's killer, man.
You knew this would happen. You can't save everyone, Avril of the humans. No one can. You chose to condemn my father to death, to destroy my life.
I'm really sorry. Cahillus was a good soul and a pillar of our community, but you saved his people. Our people.
I don't know.
Believe me, Avril. As far as we know, Izanak would have killed Cahillus.
That's kind of what I was feeling.
But now you have to go. Today you proved yourself you are now strong enough to fulfill your task. Travel to the pinnacle. There, you'll find what you're searching for. Now that Izanak is dead, the gate should be open.
I don't know. Maybe I should stay a little longer and help?
That's out of discussion. The time is running low, and your friend needs you. You did enough for us.
Thank you. I promise that I'll fix the core and save Grija.
Now go, Keeper of Balance. The Guardian is waiting.
Holy crap, I don't know how long this demo is. But we might have to, if this isn't it, we may have to wind up calling it. Because I feel like I'm just like playing the full game right now. This is such a meaty demo. Where am I going? Is there really no way to expand the map? Is that not a thing? Can I not?
What the?
Good day, dear Avril. It's nice to see you again.
Oh, it's you. Why did you bring me here?
Oh, I didn't do anything, darling. Your conscience did.
Yeah, the same conscience that made me screw up with everything.
Oh, look! It's a perfect time for a cup of tea.
I agree.
Please,
I would love a cup of tea.
Have a sit. What's troubling you, darling?
It's just that... Suddenly, I learned to trap, but I'm still... How could I claim to save Earth if I can't...
There are no right or wrong choices. There are only choices to be... And each of them... Sugar?
You know what? It depends on what kind of tea it is, but I'll take a little sugar. Yeah.
So that's the fate of a chosen... What's the point of all this strength?
Oh, look at the sky, darling. There are countless souls up there. Just like you and me, they are nothing compared to the immensity of space and time. And yet, even the smallest particle can shape the immortal shell of the universe with their own will, even if they don't want to. Maybe they will create new forms of life, or perhaps they will destroy everything that they held dear. And yet, they will keep on going, shaped by their own actions.
I like
until
that
the
this is like
day
the
they
one
die
dialogue
and
that I
ascend
can't
into
I
something
can't skip.
new and
for some reason.
beautiful.
That's... cryptic.
No, that's life. Remember, your decisions are a mirror of your soul, and they will determine who you want to be. Forget about the good or bad nonsense.
I don't want to take any other decision. Never.
Oh, I'm afraid that's impossible, young one. I can see your journey is yet full of them.
Okay, well, that is the end of the demo for Batora Lost Haven. Stormine Games is the name of the dev. Oh, interesting. It's based on... Oh, so this makes sense why there's so much lore. Batora Lost Haven is inspired by the literary work Batora Il Risveglio, written by Annika Morris and published by Costa Editor. Interesting. So it's based on a book, I guess. Okay. Well, look, I mean, the game has got an impressive amount of lore, which I appreciate about it. I like the voice acting. I like the art. I think that the character designs are really good. I think the art, the colors. I like the concept of shifting polarity in combat in a game like this. Especially with it being kind of a top-down isometric sort of thing. I do have issues with the combat itself. I think the puzzle-solving sections are, like, kind of neat. You know, they're simplistic, but they're kind of neat. But yeah, the actual, like, controls of the combat, especially the range combat, I don't think feels quite right. I think it could use a little bit of spit and polish. Even if I just had, like I said, a reticle, some sort of marker to show where I'm shooting, because I felt literally aimless. So that would be my one like big note with the combat. Otherwise, I think the idea behind the combat's cool. You know, it's always weird when you are dropped into a game with a deep lore like this in the middle of it, because I felt lost for most of it, but I felt like as I was getting deeper into it, I felt like I was kind of starting to get a grip on it. I like that there's morality choices. I like that it didn't do exactly what I was expecting it to. The boss fight was pretty fun. You know, it's kind of neat. I would keep an eye on it when this comes out. I think it's supposed to be coming out like soon. So definitely, you know, something to keep an eye on. I would be very interested in seeing how this shakes up on the Switch version. So anyway, that's been Batora Lost Haven. You know, a couple misgivings with it. Didn't blow me away or anything, but still some cool things about it that I ended up enjoying. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. More Steam Next Fest videos to come. So definitely like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this demo in the comments. And until next time, bye.